now, the host of Aaron's Hour, Aaron Phillips.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another live edition of Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips, coast to coast. That's right, coast to coast. But now with me being on the East Coast in Virginia Beach, my buddy John is back in Vegas. He's kind of hammering things down. There he is. Hey, John, I had an idea for you.
Oh, God, yeah?
I thought about this after the Kiwanis Connect show because you were doing the show remotely.
Right.
Your background right now with all your pictures.
Right.
You should take a picture of that. Use
and
that as a
background. That's awesome. That's a great idea.
You like that?
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that today. Yeah.
I was thinking about that after we signed off. I'm like, yeah. I knew where you were, but it would be you'd really fool everybody.
Well, I had 2 Zooms that morning, right?
Right.
And because Mary went to her high school reunion, so she's back in Illinois right now.
I actually was messaging with her on yesterday.
I had you, and then I had her Zoom in, and I didn't have to be here until like 1 o'clock.
Right.
So I thought, well, I'm not going to hang out in the studio all that time. I'll just do this from home. Bam, bam, bam.
There you go.
Got to love technology.
And yesterday's talking about technology, right? With Kiwanis Connects with me in Virginia Beach, you're in Vegas, Val was in Tennessee, and our friend Grace was in South Africa. You talk about the world of technology. Yeah. And interesting, Tennessee had the most problem for Val with her connection yesterday.
You know, and it doesn't surprise me.
It absolutely
it never happened, Barry.
No, she was not a happy camper. But
no, she was in Mississippi, not Tennessee.
Oh, Tupelo. Yeah, that's right, the honey thing.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. Yeah. But anyway, so when we logged off, I thought about your background. You ought to take a picture of that and have that.
Yeah, I am. That's a great idea. That is just an awesome idea. I love it.
I'd come up with one every once in a while. So what's the temperature like back there in Vegas? What's happening weather-wise?
Okay, so right now at 8:02 in the morning, hang on here. I'm checking for the shit, man. We've dropped down to 92.
Woo! What's the humidity? What's the humidity back there now?
Right now it's probably about 15 to 20%. I think because we're getting all that smoke from the California wildfire.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit.
And that sucks. So
yeah, we'll get to that in a second. But so you're at 8 o'clock, and so you are also, you said about 90 something, right?
92.
So right now, currently right now in Virginia, it's 79. Feels like 82 with that heat index.
Right.
Humidity 64%. Okay. Today's high is going to be in the low 80s. And actually, yesterday and today was actually the first 2 back-to-back days where we had no rain over the last week.
Wow.
And
that's been like the opposite of us when we have days in a row where we do have rain.
Exactly. And it was another day where
Ricky's in the house.
Hey, Mr. Upchurch. Maybe, you know what? Let's try to dial in, see if we can get that working today if you can, Rick. If you want to give it a shot, 702-992-3207. Of course, thank you for watching us on Facebook, both this channel, my show channel, WWDB-TV Las Vegas channel, both pages on YouTube. And of course, in about what's the time gap now to get to Roku?
17 hours, 44 minutes, and 12 seconds.
Absolutely. There you have it. So in about 2 days, go to Roku if you have it. If you don't have it, this will give you a reason to do it.
Yeah.
What's that?
More changes coming on Roku. So
great.
So it shouldn't affect us. It really shouldn't affect us because it's all back of house stuff. So
okay, well,
we got our fingers crossed.
Let's keep our fingers crossed. Make sure you download the WWDB TV channel to your Roku network, and there you have the opportunity to watch a plethora of shows all across the board. There's some of the new ones. I know there's more in the pipeline, and you'll be able to enjoy it. If you want to chat with me, numbers on the screen, but if you're listening and you're not watching, 702-992-3207 is the number for the studio.
And just a quick hint here, a couple things. Number one, if you want to watch us on the WWDB TV YouTube channel, you can go to the live button, and that's where you see us live. But also, that's after it's live and it's then recorded. It's also there as well. And if you go to our website and go to the Aaron's Hour page, it's also right there. No matter where it is, you can find it.
There you have it. And if you ain't there, you're nowhere.
That's right.
Plus, if you go to the YouTube channel, if you go to WWDB TV's YouTube channel, all the live shows that I do have now been moved over to your main page, so you can watch them there on video. Is that correct?
Yep.
So you don't have to go to the live button to find it. The only way you would need live is if you're watching live, like right now. But after live, you're not live, so you can just go to the main. Right. Well, you know what I mean. You'll find it. But like John said, it's probably a shorter list as to where you'll find me and find the shows and everything that goes on than it is not. So we're very proud of that. And again, coming back on the air, my last two shows since coming back have garnered an average of about 62,000 views per week of my return. And I want to thank Clarence Neely for last week. And then the week before that, it was you and I just kind of getting back into the groove of things. Today, it's John and I, but a little programming note. Today's show is going to be a little shorter than normal because of a commitment that John has at the studio that was pre-booked before I left for the East Coast. And so the show today will be a little shorter than normal. And I'm sure actually John will be happy with that. So, by the way, Mystic Mona is the person coming into the studio. So please, John, make sure you tell her I said hello. And I have to reach out to her.
She may come in early enough that you get a chance to say hi.
Well, if she does, make sure let's pop her on because I do want to chat with her and tell her how much of her last full reading of me, my last show there in Vegas,
ain't that a mind blower?
Is actually coming to fruition. Do you remember in that reading, she was very prominent in talking about a real estate agent?
Yep.
So at the Kiwanis meeting I went to on Wednesday, the Kiwanis Club of Virginia Beach. Go ahead.
Hold that thought.
All right, I'm going to hold it. Here it is. Here it is. Hopefully that's Rick, and maybe we can get him to come through. But anyway, today's show, of course, I have some Vegas Unwrapped 2.0 stuff. I have news and activity here in Virginia Beach. I was also encouraged by a speaker that I heard at the Kiwanis meeting this week that she visited the White House recently, and she shared some facts about the White House. Are we on, John?
I believe we have Mr. Upchurch on.
All right, Mr.
Are
Rick
you
Upchurch.
there, Mr. Upchurch?
There's an echo. There's echo and delay on my phone.
Okay, are you on a cell phone or a whatever?
He said it's on his cell phone.
Okay.
So he must have it on in the background. He must be something else has the audio on.
I don't know. Mr. Upchurch, can you hear us? No, but I can hear all that sci-fi stuff going on in the background.
Why don't you put yourself on mute and see if you can get it fixed? John.
Still echo and scrambled.
John, can you put your mic on audio on mute? Okay, but I could still hit Rick. I don't know if you can hear me, but we're getting feedback, obviously. And it sounds like normally for that to happen, you have it on in two places. So do you have the show on any place else besides your phone? All right. John, I think we lost him or that echo. So let's pop him off or try to call him back and see if we can pop him on.
Yeah.
We good over there?
Yeah, no. He's gone.
Yeah, terrible feedback. All right, but anyway, so let's get to it. Before we get to Vegas Unwrapped 2.0, where I have a whole slew of winnings back there, very quickly, I want to come back around. Hey, Chief.
The Chief is here.
Good morning, Chief. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're feeling okay with all the heat out there.
Let's try it again here.
So this article that I'm going to share with you all was updated earlier this morning at 8 a.m. Eastern time, and that's about the wildfire that's going on in California. So that this way, I know, according to John, everybody out there in Vegas seems like it's starting to come into the valley, some of the smoke and whatnot. So if you have any breathing problems or you're not sure if you really need to go out and you start smelling the smoke
and whatnot. So if you have any breathing problems or you're not sure if you really need to go out and you start smelling the smoke.
He's got me on in the background somewhere, John.
Come on, Chief.
Is that Chief that we're trying to listen to there?
Yeah, that's the Chief.
He's got it on in 2 places.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Keep talking, bud.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hey, Chiefy!
Hello, gentlemen. Good morning.
How are you, my friend?
Hello. Hello.
I hear him. It sounds like he doesn't
I
hear
hear
me,
you.
John.
Can you hear us?
Hello, gentlemen.
Yeah. Hello.
Good morning.
Hey, Chief. Obviously,
Good morning. How we doing?
good, Chief. How are you doing?
Doing well.
Good.
Just trying to get through to you to see if I can help you out with the phone lines. Trying to get Rick on.
Well, I think he may have had something on in his background as well as the audio on his phone. Usually feedback like that happens on the caller's end if the audio is on in 2 places.
Okay, because I had it on my iPad and I shut it down, so I'm just on my cell phone now.
And
So hopefully you can hear me pretty clear.
Yes, we can. And by shutting down the iPad, reduced and got rid of that echo, because when you first called in, I heard me coming back to me. So when you shut down the iPad, it's working great. So thank you for doing that. I'm glad you're doing this, because I want to tell our callers, when you call in, make sure any other device you have the show that you're watching or listening to is all turned off before you actually call in on the phone, because that's what causes the feedback a lot of times. So anyway, that notwithstanding, I was talking about the wildfire, Chief. You hanging out okay with the remnants of the fire coming into the valley, it sounds like?
Hey, you know what? I've been up since about 5:30 this morning, and I actually went out back with the pup, and I didn't realize that we had a fire up at Mount Charleston, and the smoke coming down into the valley up where I live by Aliante. It was so strong that it was starting to burn, breathing wise, it was starting to burn my lungs. So I got the pup and we got in the house real quick.
Wow.
But it looks like now it's finally starting to clear out.
So tell me about the fire, because there's been nothing in the news that I've seen on this end.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was one up in Mount Charleston.
The only thing I know is it caught somewhere up in Mount Charleston, and it's burning. That's the only thing that I know. I haven't seen anything on news. I saw a blip on my iPad earlier, and let me see if I can get any info.
I'm actually searching for it online as we're talking to you, and I don't have anything coming up, but that's okay. That doesn't necessarily mean anything, because it just may be delayed before it's hitting the papers and the news out here. But in the meantime,
Actually, they're busy fighting the fire, too busy to talk about it.
That's right. So I'm glad we started talking about this, because before Chief was coming on, I was starting to share the information about the California stuff and talking about all the crap that's in the air now from all the fires and the remnants. And Chief just echoed that with the, make sure before you plan on going out, not only for the heat, but now because of the air, folks, if you have any respiratory issues or anything like that, or asthma, don't go out if that air is not easy for you to breathe in. It's bad enough it's as hot as it is back there, making it difficult for a lot of folks. But now add fire remnants, the smoke and ash and everything else falling. Please, folks, just be careful. Really just go out if you absolutely have to while all this is going on, and maintain your health. So
I'm not at this moment in time, I'm not finding anything. And I've got the Spring Mountain National Recreation Area. It looks like the North Loop Trailhead and the Upper Showgirl could be possibly closed. They're in red right now.
Okay.
So there may be something up that way, but I'll tell you, when when I went out this morning, it was very, very heavy. And Liz, now I'll tell you this too. My wife Liz, she talked to her brother last night, and there's a big fire over in Chico, California, also.
Yep.
They're everywhere.
That's putting a lot of smoke up, and he works for the Bureau of Land Management as a firefighter, and they may actually, even though it's Cal Neva's fire, they may actually be called in to assist them. That's how big the fire is over there. So folks, the main thing is right now it's summer. It's 110 degrees out. I used to be a smoker. If you smoke, keep it in your car. Put your cigarette butt out in your car. Don't flick it out the window. And as far as having fires up on the mountain, make sure you're doing what you need to do. You got a fire extinguisher with you. You got a bucket of water, so you make sure that the fires get out up there.
Absolutely. In the meantime, the fire.
Don't set your car on fire and push it off the road.
Yeah, that's right. So the fires in California. Listen to this information. The fires in California have destroyed 130 structures. Thousands more are threatened. Hi, Julie. Oh, good to see you, kiddo. Threatened as evacuation orders continue in 4 counties: Butte, Plumas, Tehama, and Shasta County. And we know a bunch of friends up in Shasta via Kiwanis that we talk to all the time. So far, the fire is 480 square miles as of last night, and it's about the size of Los Angeles. It was moving quickly, but on Wednesday, authorities said a man pushed a burning car, as John was just talking about, in a gully in Chico, and then calmly blended in with others fleeing the scene, but he has been caught. More than 110 active fires covering 2,800 square miles were burning in the U.S. as of yesterday. Most of them caused by lightning. Yeah, most wildfires are caused by fire. Duh. Mother Nature and lightning causes the others, and then the rest of it's carelessness or, God forbid, purposeful, like this idiot with the car. So please be careful out there, folks. That's the bottom line. Other than that, Chief,
I know this much, Aaron. When Liz talked to Rob yesterday, he said that there was about 4,000 houses in the greater Chico area that were going to be evacuated because of the fires up there.
Bummer.
Wow. So, Chief, 30 seconds. How you feeling? What's going on otherwise in Vegas? And if all things work out, I hope to be with you on the 14th of September for Wrestle Connects.
It looks like we have, health-wise, I'm where I'm at. Nothing's changed. I still got what I got, and I deal with it. And you know what I've got. So,
yep.
I'll tell you what. We looking at the flyer, the poster that was made for Wrestle Connect. It looks like we're going to have a plethora of wrestlers coming into town for the 14th.
Yeah, I saw the flyer and I reshared it on my social media platforms. And again, hopefully Scott and I can figure some things out, because I'd love to make it 4 in a row for me to be there for Scott's events. And when I saw the flyer, that really excited me. So Scott and I got some information for him. So if all works out, I will be with you guys that weekend for that event. Chief, I got to go. I got to take a break. This phone call today, ladies and gentlemen, from hearing from my brother, Chief, has absolutely made my day.
Hey, gentlemen, have a great day and a great weekend. It's good chatting with you. Talk to you all later.
Talk to you.
Chief.
Give Liz a hug for me. All right. Chief, as always, the man who knows, and I'm proud to call him a friend. Listen, we're going to step aside probably right now for our only break of the show, because we didn't even get to Vegas Unwrapped, which we'll do on the other side of the break. You're watching Aaron's Hour, Coast to Coast, with John back in the studio. We'll be right back.
Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you stressed? Remember to take a moment for your mental health. At the Mental Health Moment, we believe in the power of self-care and community support. Our mission is to encourage and empower individuals across generations to prioritize their mental well-being. Through community, awareness, resources, and education, or CARE, we're here to support you every step of the way. Join us at the Mental Health Movement. Visit our website.
Hi, my name is Edgar Alejandro. I'm the co-founder of Rising Again Productions. So we've been here in Vegas producing films for the past couple of years, and we've seen our fair share of studios. We worked in our fair share of studios, and to be honest, WWDB TV has been our favorite by far. John is so welcoming. The space is wonderful. It's perfect for what we need. We've had rehearsals here. We've had callbacks here. We've had table reads here. So if you're a Vegas creative, or really just a creative coming into Vegas, definitely check out this space. Chat with John. I think you'll find that this studio has everything that you'll need as well.
All right, welcome back to Aaron's Hour.
In answer to your question, that was a chair-to-keyboard interface error.
User error is what you're saying. I got you.
I think we got the Rickster on the phone.
All right, let's see if we can make it work. Now joining me, hopefully, if we've taken care of all the gerbils in the phone system, Mr. Rick Upchurch. Rick, how are you?
Hey, how you fellas doing this morning? Good to hear your voices.
Hey, we miss you, man.
I miss you guys too, man. I miss all you guys. That's why I'm up early this morning so that I could hear the show, man.
All right.
Oh my goodness, you're up it's 8 a.m. You're usually up this early because you're out running and doing your paces for your knee, I'm sure.
Oh heavens no, not at 72 years old. I'm usually in bed at this time.
Oh, well, I appreciate your willingness to take one for the team and wake up a little bit early and to join me on the show. It means a lot, my friend.
Absolutely.
So what's going on, my friend?
How you doing, Aaron? How you doing? You look well. You sound well. You and John?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, we're getting there. Slowly but surely. You know, we're 6 weeks. I've been here 6 weeks yesterday. I've seen more rain in 6 weeks than I did in 5 to 10 years now in Vegas. I can tell you that much. I've been busy pumping water out of my pool because it's been raining so damn much and so hard.
Well, it tried to rain here a couple of times, Aaron, and it never even got down to the ground. So you understand how hot it is out here, right?
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
It evaporated
absolutely.
before it even hit the ground, man.
Well, you know what it is? I'm standing over you guys with the garden hose from here, hoping I can make it get out there for you, but it doesn't seem to be working.
Yeah, Donna and I, we just got back from Colorado. You know, every year, this is our 10th year as far as our cancer drive over in Moffett County in Colorado, up in the northwest corner. And we had just a wonderful, great time. Had a chance to raise some money for cancer patients and their families. And boy, let me tell you, the smoke over there in Colorado and in Denver. At one point in time, man, Denver had the worst air quality in the world. That's how much smoke was over there. Your throat was raw. Your eyes were watering. It was pretty bad.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you heard me before break, but there's about 110 wildfires right now burning all across the United States. We were talking about the one in Cali. Chief, who was on the phone with us just beforehand, thought there was something going on up in Mount Charleston. And my friend Julie, who is down in Texas, she messaged me during the break that they're dealing with earthquakes just south of where they are in Texas. The epicenter of the earthquake that they just experienced was 200 miles away, and they were still feeling. So Mother Nature is sending us messages. I got all the rain. You guys have fires. You guys have fires there, and in Texas, south of where they are, they're dealing with earthquakes. What are we missing? Are we missing the locusts next? Is that next?
Yeah, I think so. I think the locusts, man, are on their way. Well, let me tell you, I was up fishing, you know, while I was there in Craig, Colorado. And, man, let me tell you, we were using grasshoppers for bait out there, man, and the fish were tearing them up. So, yeah, there's plenty of locusts and plenty of other things that are out there that are really on the move, guys. And remember, this heat that we're getting is early. This is not, you know, normally, you know, it's going to be, you know, very hot, in August?
Yeah, late August.
December.
Late August.
But this heat came really, really early this year. It's longer.
See, and you're getting the heat like that, and the rain out here, they are setting record numbers for rain this year, let alone just in the month of July. So you're getting the record heat early. They're getting a shit ton more rain out here than they normally. I'd love to say I brought it, but there's no way that could happen from Vegas.
Yeah, and
I hear you.
we have broken the heat record every
let's
day.
change the subject. Did you guys watch the Olympic introduction last night?
No, I missed it.
I watched part of it in the afternoon, I think, when they were doing it live. And I watched for an hour before I had to leave to go for a workout. And they still only got up to the letter C. You know, so I don't know how long the intro on the boat was, but I understand that the U.S. contingency, I think they had well over 600 people. I can only imagine how big the boat was. How big was the boat for the U.S. team?
The boat was huge. It looked like a big old 180-foot yacht. That's what it looked like.
Wow. And how did LeBron and I forgot who the lady representative was holding the flag bearers? How did they look?
They looked wet. They looked wet and soggy, just like the rest of them.
Yeah, exactly. I was watching a little bit this morning of the men's beach volleyball 2-on-2, and it's raining there, and biking it's raining. So I don't know. I didn't know Paris was a rainy city like that, but hopefully some of the weather would clear up because some of the events may be in jeopardy because of the rain, including the rivers or some of the waterways was filled with like E. coli or something that they spent a ton of money trying to clean up and get ready for the Olympics.
Yeah, Snoop
Remember
had a
that
good
old
time.
saying? Remember that old saying, Aaron and John? Don't rain on my parade.
Yep.
That's exactly what's happening right now over there.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully the rain will subside and make it easier for all the participants. So, Mr. Upchurch, I'm so glad we finally made the phone work for you to call in and we could chat for a few minutes. Let's make this a habit. I think we need to work something out where maybe you do a segment with me every week or every couple of weeks or something on a regular basis.
You can always Zoom
You know
in,
what?
dude.
That sounds like fun. I'd be honored to do that with you, Aaron. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, my friend.
Great. And here's the best part. At this time of day, you don't even have to leave your house. We'll send you the link. You can do it right from bed if you want.
Right on. Hey, Rick, you could do the color commentation for the show.
I could do what?
You could do the color commentation.
Well, I can add a lot of color to it. I'm quite sure.
Hey, listen, dude, I've been spending a lot of time at the beach so far. I'm trying to catch up to you, but I know I ain't going to pass you.
Hey, man, after playing golf over there, man, in Colorado and being out in the sun in that hotel, I'm on the other side of blackness. So, hey, man, I'm all good.
I hope maybe next year you'll put a word in if they need an MC. You know somebody that can come up and host a golf event.
You know what? I will certainly put that in. Aaron, we would love to have you. I think you would be an added star to everything that we're doing over there for sure.
Right on. Hey, just a heads up, I'm working on coming back to Vegas the week of September 13th through 20th to host an event with Scott Hosey on that Saturday. So I'm hoping to be in town for a week. If that happens, I'll let you know.
You know what? It'd be an honor and a pleasure to see you again, Aaron, for sure. And you know what? Always take care of yourself. Give the family love and hugs, okay?
Thank you, brother. Hugs to Don, and we'll talk soon.
All right, my friend.
All right. The great Rick Upchurch joins me. Should be in the NFL Hall of Fame. Don't get me started. We'll have to devote an entire show to Rick about that. Rick should be in the Hall of Fame, but he is a terrific individual. His wife Donna's terrific. I love the guy.
He's not? You know the real reason why he's not?
I'm afraid to ask.
He's a little too short.
No, not as a wide receiver.
And he's not very wide.
No, you don't have to be, I guess. Tight. You could also be a tight end.
I agree with you 100%. You know, it's one of those things that, like, how the hell did this guy get in? But this guy isn't. You know,
it is crazy.
Politics and money.
And the funny thing, but the funny thing is that there really should be no reason if it comes to the politics. I mean, there should be no political issue with Rick not being in the because he was not a political issue kind of guy.
No,
he wasn't a bad boy. He
did the job, and he did it better than anybody else at that time.
Absolutely. All right. So in this truncated version of today's show, we only have about 15 minutes left. So
we should do something.
Well, let's do this. The White House stuff, We can do it anytime. Because I have like 50 unusual and crazy facts about the White House that people probably don't know. I have a list of that I thought I would share. I have the jackpot winnings from Vegas, but I also have some odds and end news and notes from this side of the world. So, John, what do you think we should do that would make the audience happy?
Well, listen, since we're in Vegas and you're not, why don't you let us know what's happening on the other side of the country?
All right, very good. That means we'll save that stuff for next week.
Right.
So, excellent. So, where did that go? Okay, surfing. That's not something you usually hear out in Las Vegas, do you?
No.
No. Well, in Virginia Beach, you do, because we actually have water here with waves that you can go surfing on.
When it's not raining.
And when it's not raining, exactly. So here's the cool thing. August 18th through the 25th, it's time to put that wave energy to good use on a surfboard. You ready? Because the longest continually running surfing contest in the world, 62 years and counting, the Coastal Edge East Coast Surfing Championships will be held in Virginia, on Virginia Beach, featuring several Pro-Am events and a Women's World Surf League competition. There's a lineup of beach volleyball, cornhole, block parties, and more. No matter where you walk in the 10-city block footprint of ECSC, there's nothing but smiles, laughter, and cheers. So if you're looking for something to do, come out for surfing August 18th through the 25th. Surfing's not just for California or Hawaii.
I was just going to say, you don't think of the East Coast when it comes to surfing. I mean, that the first thing, that's a West Coast thing. So
yeah, absolutely.
The West Coast of the U.S. But if you get on the East Coast of Australia, that's a different story.
That's a whole different story. Absolutely. If you have fans of SpongeBob, my kids grew up on SpongeBob. Actually, they grew up on Barney. Then it became SpongeBob. The Virginia Aquarium is partnering with Nickelodeon for Act Like a Sponge to honor SpongeBob's 25 years on the air. 25 years for SpongeBob. Can you believe it?
No.
From right now, it started July 15th through September 15th. The Virginia Aquarium is honoring SpongeBob it's an initiative aimed to curb. Oh, thank you, Julie. I did not know that. Surfing is now Where do you surf in Paris? That's what I want to know. Where do you surf?
Down the Seine.
But it's not very wavy. We saw that yesterday during the parade. Anyway.
No, you just tie a rope on the end of a boat and follow them.
That's water skiing, John.
No, not if you do it on a surfboard.
So the Virginia Aquarium and Marine Science Center is offering a global SpongeBob initiative aimed to curb plastic waste, educate consumers, and inspire ocean sustainability activities presented by Nickelodeon there. So as I said, July 15th going on now through September 15th at the aquarium. SpongeBob Guest Quest contains clues that lead participants through the aquarium to find aquatic residents that correspond with one of SpongeBob's characters. So you can search for Mrs. Puff, Patrick, Mr. Krabs, and more while learning about facts about these critters. So if you are coming into Virginia anytime in the next month, just search the Virginia Aquarium and all ticket information will come from there. Speaking of oceans, shipwrecks and things like that, they cause a great ecosystem at the bottom of the ocean for fish and life, right? So here's something that is interesting. The burned out shell of the Spirit of Norfolk, which actually was a dinner cruise vessel that sailed the Elizabeth River for 30 years before fire consumed it back in June of 2022. Well, it is actually being sent. Oh, see, street skateboarding, I knew they have, but it got postponed to rain. There you go. Just perfect, right on time. Thank you, Julie. Appreciate the updates. Keep them coming by all means. So originally, the hope was for the Spirit of Norfolk to be sent and purchased to be sunk or replaced at the bottom here in Virginia. However, Okaloosa County, Florida, their leaders voted to buy the Spirit and turn it into a reef off the coast of Destin, Fort Walton Beach. Well, why was it not brought here to Virginia? Well, Colleen Marine, who is the head of the organization that was looking at doing it, told one of the local stations last year that they would have liked to have sank the boat here off the coast of Virginia. It would have to be continued, so it could be continued to serve the region. However, the cost for bringing it was way out of their budget to do that. So they didn't do it. So Florida purchased it. Now, here's some of the things that have to be done that was part of the budget to bring that, to create this environment for that ship. They have to remove all insulation to include rock wool in the overhead and bulkheads, half pipe insulation to include exhaust, and remains of any insulation needs to be cleaned from the boat from the steel and metal surface. Remove all machinery from the engine room, including generators, main engines, gearboxes, air compressors, refrigeration compressors, HVAC, etc., and elevators. All that has to be removed. All galley equipment out. Cleaning and gas freeing of the fuel tanks and piping has to be done, leaving the vessel essentially free of any hydrocarbons. Removal of engine room deck plates, wire and cable out, windows out. Removal of carpet and remains of any carpeting out, and removal of heating and air conditioning equipment, refrigeration, fire extinguisher equipment, more and more and more, just to have a ship ready to be sunk. And all of that, plus the cost of it being sent up here, little out of their budget. So little irony there.
What
Now,
the hell's left after you take all that? I mean,
the
you know,
frame?
couldn't you just get a Tinker Toy set and build
Right.
it down there, you know?
Just go to your local fish shop and just get some of the toys you put in a tank, I guess. All right. There is something that goes on every year, every first Tuesday. Yeah, Julie, I was watching Katie Ledecky in her first preliminary swim this morning where she won by like 1/10 of a second. So hopefully she will continue doing that. There you go. All right. So that was another race. Oh, I was watching her in the 400s. So she won the 1500 prelims by 20 seconds. 20 seconds is an eternity.
Yeah.
In swimming.
That's because I was just about to say she won the other by 1/10 of a second.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm not even sure I could blink that fast.
It's already gone. It's gone. It keeps going.
You know, you don't realize how important time is sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. And it's fleeting and it can go fast.
Yep.
The first Tuesday of every August of every year, the first Tuesday in August each year is something called National Night Out. And I'm sure there's going to be plans there in Vegas. There always has been in the past. And this is where police and local communities get together to share a night together. So out here in Virginia Beach, starting at 5 p.m., there will be events happening at the Christian Church Uniting here in Virginia Beach on Indian River Road starting at 5 p.m., where officers and folks will be within the community getting together. So whatever your national night out plan is in your community, participate. We need to be one community nowadays. No more of this stuff about, we don't agree on the sky being blue and we'll just fight over it. Let's agree that we're all human and regardless, we are still one community. Ledecky, according to Julie, says Ledecky said that she could have been faster in an interview after the race. You beat the person, but
she wasn't doing her best.
By 20 seconds.
If you're going to the Olympics, you're going to do your best.
Right. And I would also save it for the gold medal swim. That's what I would do. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Last but not least, and we'll wrap up a little earlier than expected, which was earlier than expected anyway. Every year there is a waterfront weekend on the ocean front. This year, October 12th and 13th. And I think Clarence and I actually talked about this very briefly, but a musician and actor, where is it? Hold on. Pharrell Williams is going to be spearheading this year's event, Something in the Water Festival. Now it's called that because it's also going to coincide with the release of his movie, Friday the 11th, that's going to come out called Piece by Piece. There will be more information coming out regarding ticket availability, but there is going to be huge stuff going on, activities all along the oceanfront parks and in other parts of the city. Virginia Beach Mayor Bobby Dyer says he's called the festival a tremendous asset to the community and said he's looking forward to its return. So October 12th and 13th. And the good thing is with something like that, the weather will be better. It's after the summer season, which, of course, Virginia Beach, like a lot of coastal places, they need that after summer event to keep drawing people. So mark that down. So Somebody walk in there, or were you just waving to me, John?
No, somebody walked in.
Was it my friend?
No,
No? Oh, okay.
no, she's
So-
still on the way. So.
She's still on her way. All right. So with that, we'll end a little bit earlier than expected to give John a few more seconds time to do what he's got to do. Oh, yeah. I see her on Facebook, Julie. I hope she's doing well, especially with the heat. But sounds like if she goes from Vegas to Texas, that's like going from the frying pan to the fire with all the humidity that you guys have, like I have here in Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
But hopefully,
The thing is, the difference between Nevada and Texas and the heat is we don't have to go so far to get out of it. You got to drive 3 days to get out of the heat in Texas.
that's true. That's true. See, here where I am, I have Virginia Beach like 15 miles one way. I can go to Chesapeake Bay 15 miles the other way by my daughter, or I can go 15 feet out in my backyard when it's not raining and jump in the pool and get out of the heat. So, or I come inside and simply turn my air conditioner up. Anyway, all right. With that, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got to offer today. First of all, go to aaronshour.vegas. Make sure you click on the shop tab. We have some new stuff up there. Hopefully, as we speak, also we'll have some swag for WWDB TV available on the shop tab on Aaron's Hour Vegas. Also, go to the sponsor tab. You'll see a guest that we had on Kiwanis Connects. You saw a commercial from her today. The Mental Health Moment, Melissa Atwell. Go support her organization. She's doing great stuff, providing resources to help folks get through mental health, to better their mental health situation with some great stuff. So go check that out. It's 4 hours from OKC, not a whole lot of humidity. Well, okay, maybe I'll come visit there instead. I think we drove through there. So check all that out. Next week, I'm just going to start planning to hopefully have a guest on next week and make it more entertaining than just John. Although, again, I want to thank Chief and Rick for calling in. Thank you so much. They're a great part of today's show. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to remind you of this. Be kind to everybody. Why? We are all we have. We'll see you next week right here. Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips. And as the sign says, coast to coast. Thank everybody for watching. Stay hydrated.